What you will experience is that when you stop identifying with your thoughts and feelings and perceptions, you move away from understanding yourself as a separate being. Once we identify with thoughts, feelings, perceptions, sounds, smell, the whole thing, we see ourselves as separate. And that means that you will see the person next to you as someone separate from you. But once you move behind that and you see everything is actually going on this screen, you realize, oh wait, there's actually 7 billion plus people on this screen, and behind that there's a collective consciousness. That's when something starts happening and it's going to make a mind shift for you. It's not something you should expect in 5 minutes. Some of you will get it immediately. Some of you, it will take some time to connect with understanding things in this way. But once that you understand that all is one, and this has become something that I hear a lot. The problem is that people are saying and understanding all is one intellectually, theoretically. They're not feeling it and embodying it. You can see people talk about all is one, and then they'll go and be annoyed at their kids, so they'll, spread hateful messages or something. That is just all to show that it's not understood. It's just intellectually understood. Once we understand and we stand back and sort of witness our thoughts and feelings and emotions, you can sort of stand behind them. And try to imagine that you're looking at things through this screen, and your thoughts could just be like leaves falling from a tree. And they'll pass your screen, and then at some moment you won't see them any longer. They'll be outside the screen. Or you can think of a water tank, a fish aquarium. Fish will come by, the fish will swim by, and it will be a thought. Now it's there, now it's not. It's all impermanent because it's all formation. It's a thought formation, right? It's a sensation that is temporary. And all formations are temporary, what we call impermanent. Everything you see in this world is impermanent. It's not going to last. Once that we attune to that things are impermanent, then it's going to give us a greater sense of freedom if we allow this understanding to the next level where we can let go of things. We can stop being attached to things, right? That non-attachment is a true liberation, because that's the end of worry. When you are attached to something, it's also in some way going to worry you. It's going to be a motivator of fear. Let's say that it can be something physical, like it can be something emotional. If you are attached to the idea of having a specific education, now this could immediately be turned into, okay, I am fearful or somewhat worried about not getting this education, or I am attached to the idea of creating a picture-perfect family. Then it's going to be some underlying worry about not reaching that goal. But if you let go of these goals, and let me just also say immediately, those expectations for the future, those are the road to misery. Because there's one thought in your head, one expectation within your head, and there are billions of possibilities in the environment outside of you, and you wanting to match this one expectation with the billions of possibilities out there, that is a sure way to make yourself miserable. So please open yourself up, stop these expectations, and just have faith in the process and open yourself up to what might come. This doesn't mean that you shouldn't plan for things and you shouldn't better yourself in many ways. And it's this, what I'm inviting you to consider is this. Don't let your happiness depend on these things. So, in other words, if you want a Ferrari, there's nothing wrong with wanting a Ferrari. I mean, hey, I'm sure it's a great ride. So go for it. Make it a goal of yours if you like that and it's meaningful for you. But don't let your happiness be hooked up on and like be dependent on it. In other words, if you're not getting a Ferrari, you should be just as happy as if you get one. Because a Ferrari or any other thing, I'm just mentioning this as an example, is just a physical material object out here in the world, and it's on your screen of activities, of perceptions going on, and it's going to give you thoughts and feelings and so forth. But you need to stand behind that in your highest self of things to understand that your true nature, your core being is not concerned about you getting a Ferrari or not, even if it might be difficult to understand at first glance. All right, so I hope you can use a couple of these thoughts, and please give me a comment or a thought that you've had during this. Thanks.